Well, welcome everybody and welcome to Geordieland 1892. Better late than never. Friday night saw Newcastle United getting 3 points down at the City Ground playing against Nottingham Forest. It was a hell of a result, great result. That's 2 wins back to back for us. It was St Patrick's night, so anybody watching on the Celtic side of the channel, on Shaw's side of the channel, I hope you had a very nice St Patrick's Day. I hope you enjoyed yourselves. I enjoyed myself, but that was for black and white reasons. Now, there was no Chris Wood on Friday night, ex-Magpie. He apparently was carrying an injury, but he wouldn't have been eligible to play anyway against us. But there was a John Joe Shelby playing, and variant comments about John Joe Shelby. Some very happy that he left the club, some not so happy. But after what I seen on Friday night, I feel a lot better that we sold him on. I thought it might have been better to keep him until the end of this season as cover, but the more I watched him on Friday night, I think we made the right choice. I think we cashed in at the right time, got rid of him, and he's no spring chicken. Look, I know he's just kind of come back from an injury and everything, but I do feel better that he went on his way. I thought his mobility at times was questionable. There was one Forest fan, I read a comment on the internet, and one particular Forest fan who wasn't happy about the appointment. He basically likened his mobility to Davros from the Daleks. A bit cruel, but I kind of get where he's coming from. His kind of agility has gone, and even his Hollywood balls, he didn't really play very many of them. I thought they were kind of just punts really, but his constant battering of Bruno Guimaraes just proved in the middle of the park that he probably isn't fit enough. Some of the tackles that he did make on Bruno were nothing short of shocking, really. And to be honest, the referee didn't seem to see it the way I did or everybody else did. He just seemed to, there was no real action being taken, I didn't think. I think he gave him too many chances. Now, very early on, we could have been 1-0 up, couldn't we? Very early doors. It was a great cross by Jacob Murphy, who had a brilliant game, I thought, on Friday night. Some of his crosses and some of his play up the wing there was fantastic. He played really well. And his cross pinpointed to Willock. Willock was under a little bit of pressure, a couple of defenders there, but I think he should have bust the net, to be fair. But he flashed it wide. Straight after that, Trippier standing over the free kick at the edge of the box. I suppose all the defenders, Forest defenders and Navas, were thinking that he was going to smash one in, try a long distance shot. He did exactly the opposite. He foxed them in the box. He just kind of rolled it along the floor, short to Isak. Isak turned, shot. A defender kind of got a leg on it, and it went up and it crashed off the bar. It was a great little idea and a great little piece of action that very nearly paid off and got us a goal. Great play. Now, obviously, for all our efforts, Nottingham Forest end up going up 1-0. It was a bit cruel, really, because Sven Botman, it was a back pass and he just didn't look up, did he? And it put it straight into the path of Emmanuel Dennis. And Pope tried everything. He tried to make himself larger than he already is, but to no avail, really. Dennis managed to ping it over the top and into the empty net. And to be honest, it was a really good goal. I thought it was a class finish. Credit where credit's due. But obviously Botman made a bit of a mistake. I think the fact that we won, he gets away with it. But look, the lad the lad won't do it again. From now on, and he'll always be looking left and right and looking up, won't he? So it's pointless screaming blue murder about it at this point, isn't it? So we come to the end of the first half, and we're playing in time added on, really. And Alan St. Maximum, he plays a great ball to Willock, and Willock cuts in, and he kind of chips the ball across to Isak, or Isak. And you know, the ball's kind of going behind Isak, but he manages to readjust himself, and he kind of hits it with his shin, but he knows what he's doing. He executes it beautifully, really. He knows where he's going to put it. It's intelligent, and it just bypasses everyone, hits the post, and it's a goal right at the death of the first half there. Great goal by Isak. It's 2-2 games. It's 5th for the club. Brilliant. And that must have really sucker punched Nottingham Forest to go down or concede a goal right on half time. Must have probably kicked them in the toys, I think. But second half, Newcastle United came out. I mean, they were totally different, in my opinion. They moved up a gear. They were hungry, and they came out rampant. Alan St. Maximum gives way, and Elliot Anderson comes on. ESM really had a very quiet first half, but Elliot Anderson come on, and he obviously wanted to prove himself, but you know, obviously so was Murphy. Murphy at one point it's a beautiful cross over to the back to Anderson. Anderson hits a volley that is, oh god, it's sublime. But believe it or not, Navas is equal to it and makes a really good save, but it was an absolute venomous volley, and he was really unlucky not to score. But you know, not long after that, he did score, and he gets that header at the back post, executes it beautifully. It's a great goal for me, but controversy. VAR state that Longstaff, where the ball comes from originally on the other side of the goal, states that it's offside. VAR checking it and everything, comes up that it's offside, and for me it wasn't. For me it wasn't offside. I think we were badly done to. I think Anderson should have had his first goal for the club. So basically Keith Hackett basically disagreed with the officials and VAR, and said that even though Newcastle went on to win the game, the goal should have stood. It shouldn't have been ruled offside, and it was controversial. You know, Hackett, who, you know, he refereed in from 1976 to 1994, a great referee actually. I remember him when I was a kid. He said that VAR was wrong to rule out Newcastle United's goal for offside. He claimed under Law 11 the Forest defender made a deliberate play. Therefore, the Newcastle player should not have been ruled offside. Goal should have been allowed. If the pass attempt to gain possession or clearance by the player in control of the ball is inaccurate or unsuccessful, this does not negate the fact that the player deliberately played the ball. He added, incompetence. It is in as simple as the lack of consideration. Clear that VAR referees across the group do not fully understand what a clear and obvious error is. I also begin to doubt their law of knowledge. So that was what Keith Hackett had to say. But there you go. It was ruled offside. Now, Newcastle really did play out of their skin in that second half. It was great to watch them, you know. I mean, they went 1-0 down and they didn't let it bother them. Their heads didn't go down at all, and they just got on with it. And, you know, they fought for every ball, I have to say. I mean, near the end of the game, there was a kind of heart-stopping moment, really, where Brendan Johnson kind of got through and got a shot on goal, but Pope dealt with it very, very well. He saved it with his feet. It was a big save. It was a massive save, actually. But what happened next was fantastic. Willock playing the ball into Isak. It's time added on for stoppages at this point, and Isak gets up for the ball. Where the ball is going to go, is it going to end up in the net? I really don't know. But basically, Musa Iakedi decides that he is going to deal with it, but he basically uses his hand and he pushes the ball away and he drops to his knees instantaneously. He knows for a fact that he's committed a foul. He knows that he's given a penalty away. In the dying seconds of the game, the referee straight over, absolutely no discussion about it. It was a clear, nailed on penalty, and that's that. There was a few players discussing about the fact that it was given, but the lad himself knew. He didn't even complain. He knew for a fact that that was a clear penalty. Now, during that time, Trippier has the ball, and obviously Navas starts playing, mind games and trying to get into his head. He obviously thinks that Trippier is going to take the penalty, and he's giving it all the hoodoo and all that, just for Trippier really to pass the ball to Isak and put it down on the spot. He looked like a complete prat, really. But Isak steps back in front of the Geordie faithful. All the Newcastle away fans are down at that end. Cool as a cucumber. He basically tucks it away. Lovely taken penalty. It was just ice cold. Great penalty. And the Geordie hordes go mental behind the goal. The team go mental, and they're all in amongst it, and they're celebrating. I thought the fans were going to spill all over the pitch. But fantastic time to score. It was a great result for us going down there. They were unbeaten down there in 7, I believe. So, great. And obviously the fact that, Liverpool didn't play at the weekend, but Tottenham were held to a draw. They played at bottom of the table Southampton in an exciting 3-3 draw. But, that moves Newcastle back into 5th position and breathing down the necks of Tottenham. We've got a couple of games a hand on them. So, it's up to us from now on, after this international break, to capitalise. Let's keep going onwards and upwards. Europe is still there. It would be fantastic if we did get to Europe. And listen, well done to the lads. Now, this was Geordieland 1892, and it is always a little bit late. I do put the videos up a little bit late, but that's due to time constraints. But listen, I'll see you this week at some point with another video, and I hope you thoroughly enjoyed that Friday St. Patrick's win. Marvellous, wasn't it? Marvellous. So from me, keep out on Geordieland 1892. All the best.